Hello and welcome to this special of News 18 Battle for Karnataka. This week, today, we are talking about whether Hindutva card can get the BJP votes. Remember, this stems from the Congress's manifesto. The Congress has said it will ban organizations like Bajrang Bali and PFI if they engage in activities that creates enmity between two groups of people, two communities. And this has triggered a war of words right from the Prime Minister to all the BJP leaders are saying this is the land of Hanuman. And here the BJP can't be, the Congress can't ban Bajrang Dal, which chants the mantra of Hanuman. And we will fight tooth and nail. That's what the BJP is saying. And they've also now made it into an election issue. The BJP also says this reflects the larger anti-Hindu mindset of the Congress. It started with Siddaramaiah starting the Tipu Jayanti as a state celebration to releasing PFI members accused in various cases. And it continues with the manifesto now talking about banning organization like Bajrang Dal. Has the Congress scored a self-goal? Can Hindutva card translate into votes for the BJP? That's the question that we are debating today, that we are talking about today. We have reactions coming in. Remember, as I said, the Prime Minister himself has spoken about this issue. We'll hear that first, and we'll hear the reaction from DK Shivkumar, who's justified this on why the Congress included this in their manifesto.
ಶಾಂತಿನ ಕಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಶಾಂತಿ ಮೂಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಲಾರು ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನಮಗೇನು ಅಭ್ಯಂತರ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅನೇಕ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಇವತ್ತು ಕಾನೂನನ್ನು ಭಂಗ ತರುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
हनुमान जी की पवित्र भूमि को नमन करना ये बहुत बड़ा सौभाग्य है, लेकिन दुर्भाग्य देखिए, जब मैं आज हनुमान जी की पवित्र भूमि को प्रणाम करने के लिए आया हूं, उसी समय कांग्रेस पार्टी ने अपने मैनिफेस्टो में बजरंग बली को ताने में बंद करने का निर्णय किया है. पहले प्रभु श्री राम को ताने में बंद किया.
Clearly, the BJP jumping in, sensing an opportunity, calling the Congress anti-Hindu and saying that this makes it very clear that this is what the Congress will do if they come to power. Now we're discussing, can Hindu card translate into votes for the BJP? There are multiple aspects that one need to take into consideration while answering a question like this. One, what has happened in Karnataka? Where has Hindutva card worked for the BJP earlier on? Remember, it's a card that the BJP has used earlier as well, has worked for the BJP in the coastal Karnataka belt, parts of Malnad as well. But has it worked across Karnataka? Well, if you go by history, that's not the case. It hasn't. Remember, despite the party playing that Hindutva card, nowhere has the party ever managed a clear majority in a state election, in assembly elections in Karnataka. The BJP would be mindful of that. What is it doing for the Congress? Well, for the last 4 to 5 days, the Congress has lost track. It has allowed the narrative to slip away from it and has played it into the hands of the BJP. The Congress wanted to keep the narrative around Basuraj Bommai government's failure, around 40% Sarkar, the terrible infrastructure of Bengaluru and other cities. But over the last 5 days, it has allowed the Prime Minister to talk about how senior Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge has targeted him, calling him a poisonous snake. Few days later, his son, Priyank Kharge, calling him a useless son. And today, the Congress in a manifesto talking about banning the BJP. The Congress has thrown the narrative away. It's gone off track from what it wanted to be. And now the question is, does it have enough time to pull it back and ensure it's back to the track? It's around issues that it wants the election to be fought on. Remember, every time the issue becomes religious, it's advantage BJP. That's a game that the BJP knows well and plays well, not so much the Congress. That's the reading in Karnataka. Now, the question here is, can this also now translate into votes for the BJP? The Prime Minister is mentioning it in the rally. In fact, we have one question that's coming in. Ankit from Patna is asking, Hindutva has been used before. What's new this time? Precisely what I was talking about. It's been used before between 2008 and 2013. Hindutva was used extensively in coastal Karnataka region. We've seen pub attacks, we've seen vigilante attacks by right-wing groups, but none of it really worked for the BJP. It only worked in the coastal Karnataka, which anyway is the stronghold of the BJP. But even in 2013, despite all this, they lost out. Majority number of seats in coastal Karnataka went to the Congress, not the BJP. So it is a very easy reading to say that the BJP would be getting major gains because of this Hindutva card. It only depends on what the voter is looking at. Is it taking Hindutva as an issue? Does the BJP believe that they can get votes on this issue? That's what matters. My colleague Akshara, who's been traveling, is here. Akshara, what do you think? You've spoken to people. Do you think they've already decided what they would vote for, or will there be enough time now to change their mind?
Well, you see, the main issues people would vote for is obviously when it comes to rural areas, the benefits they need, the basic amenities which they are entitled for. When I traveled to Shigao, people they wanted hospitals. Villages don't have hospitals, proper transport facilities.
This is the Chief Minister's constituency.
Yes, absolutely. That's what the people from the Chief Minister's constituency had to say. Right now, we are seeing a change in a diversion in the topic of discussion as well. Right now, people are asking us questions, how will the Hindutva card work? The thing is, that's debatable. But one thing is sure is that it will galvanize the BJP party workers and to ensure that they rally behind this point and work more hard for the party. And also there are fringe elements like Shiv Sena, Bajrang Bali, which the party was not directly associated with. Now they have a common agenda, an emotional issue. So they can join hands. Remember, we had an issue. The BJP had an issue with Pramod Mutalik. Pramod Mutalik, openly was defiant and he rebelled against the BJP, stating that he'll be independent candidates. Now I feel that they have a common agenda, and BJP work out with them to ensure that they galvanize the party workers and ensure they get those votes. So that's the issue right now.
Yeah. And as he rightly mentioned, what it does is it galvanizes the party workers and the whole right-wing ecosystem. They have an issue to fight for. And there is a common enemy, there's a larger cause. Larger cause is the Hindutva cause. The common enemy is Siddaramaiah and the Congress party. That's how the BJP will play this card in the coming few, in fact, not even a week, coming 6 to 7 days. That's what we have left for the campaign to get over, and we get into the election day on the 10th of May. So it is crucial for the Congress now to pull back the narrative, keep it around issues that it wants to discuss this election or fight this election on. The other major point here is it also does one thing. It gives the BJP to play on a field that it is very, very comfortable with, something that it knows. The BJP sets the game rules here, and they're very good at this game. The Congress perhaps has handed them over that advantage. That's what many within the Congress are also saying, that this was avoidable. Because many saying just because the Congress is saying that they'll ban organizations like Bajrang Bali, it is not a major vote gainer for the party. That's the assessment. Many within the Congress saying that it was avoidable. Vikas from Delhi is asking, in 2013 also we saw BJP polarizing coastal Karnataka, but it didn't work. Why will it work this time? Exactly, this is what we are talking about. It didn't work for the BJP in 2013. As I mentioned, 5 years between 2008 and 13, we've had multiple issues. Issues like pub attack, we've had vigilante attacks, church attacks between the 5 years tenure of the BJP government, where it saw 3 chief ministers. But in 2013, they lost out in coastal Karnataka. Many would argue that B.S. Yediyurappa had left the party in 2013. But remember, Yediyurappa doesn't have significant clout in coastal Karnataka. In coastal Karnataka, it's a party organization that really gets votes for the BJP. And it didn't work for the BJP in 2013. We will have to see if it will work for the party in 2023, because they don't even have enough time to build this up. Many would argue that it's only in the last 2-3 days of the election that people decide. But there are already issues that the Congress has been talking about for a number of days, number of months, in fact. So we will have to see if that will have an impact. Let's just listen into what the Prime Minister said about this issue. Within just hours of Congress manifesto release, he was quick to encash on this, mention this, and say when he is in the Punya Bhumi of Karnataka, the Congress is talking about banning an organization that chants the name of Lord Hanuman.
हनुमान जी की पवित्र भूमि को नमन करना ये बहुत बड़ा सौभाग्य है, लेकिन दुर्भाग्य देखिए, जब मैं आज हनुमान जी की पवित्र भूमि को प्रणाम करने के लिए आया हूं, उसी समय कांग्रेस पार्टी ने अपने मैनिफेस्टो में बजरंग बली को ताले में बंद करने का निर्णय किया है। पहले प्रभु श्री राम को ताले में बंद किया और अब जय बजरंग बली बोलने वालों को ताले में बंद करने का संकल्प लिया है। यह देश का दुर्भाग्य है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी को प्रभु श्री राम से भी तकलीफ होती थी और अब जय बजरंग बली बोलने वालों से भी तकलीफ हो रही है।
That was the Prime Minister, quick to highlight what the Congress has announced in its manifesto. We have a couple of questions on YouTube. We have one Evelyn, who's asking, I hope the voters are well educated in Karnataka, will not believe what BJP is saying. Price rise, education, and corruption and sincerity should be the basis on which one should vote. That would be the case in an idealistic world. But we've seen in several states that this has worked. Polarization has worked. Hindutva has worked for the BJP. In Karnataka, will it work is the question. Karnataka has traditionally fought elections on caste lines. Hasn't changed much. Will it change this time round? Will be interesting to see. If it does happen, then it's a watershed moment in terms of Karnataka politics. We have another question coming in. Loganathan is asking if there are hardcore Hindutva voters, they must be wary of Congress wanting to ban Bajrang Dal. Well, that's what the BJP wants to say, that if there are hardcore voters and if the Congress is saying that they will ban the Bajrang Dal, then it will act on them. Even if there are voters who perhaps were thinking of giving the Congress an opportunity, they will back out. They will back the BJP because there's a larger cause that they need to vote for, and everything else becomes irrelevant. The BJP not having a strong state leadership becomes irrelevant. Who will become the next chief minister becomes irrelevant. What caste are you from becomes irrelevant. That's what the BJP is hoping. Tina from Bengaluru is asking, Karnataka has always voted on caste lines. Will it change this time? It's a difficult question to answer, but historically and even over the last 2 decades, even when the BJP has made it about religion, it hasn't worked for the BJP across state, only in certain pockets of coastal Karnataka. Akshara, do you believe it might change this time?
Well, if you take into consideration all the caste communities here in Karnataka, Lingayats are the traditional voter base of the BJP. There was an issue that the BJP was facing. The Panchamasalis were demanding the 2A reservation status for them. We saw large-scale protests, but the BJP was successful in pacifying these community leaders. Yes, few leaders of these communities are still upset with it, but I don't see any change or shift of voter base of the Lingayats. And we also have SC internal reservation didn't go well with the Banjara community and other communities. We will have to wait and watch how this will pan out.
Yes. Remember, these are not very old issues. The Banjara issue, the SC internal reservation happened towards March end. So it's still fresh. Will they vote for the religion over what they believe that they have been shortchanged in this internal reservation? That's also another aspect. Mohit from Mumbai asking, haven't people already decided who they will vote for? The Congress is saying people have decided. The BJP thinks or hopes that that isn't the case. They'll decide from today and further on. But as you said, as many people say, it's very difficult to read the voters' mind. So it's something that we can't give a concrete answer on, but probably the voter would decide based on all the issues that he has seen over the last few weeks and decades. Time to look at the poll. The YouTube poll that we had asking in Karnataka, Prime Minister Modi says the Congress wants to lock up Ram and Bajrang Bali. Can Hindutva card translate to votes? If you look at the results, yes, say 67% of people on YouTube, no, say 24% people, and can't say 8% people. At least people on YouTube believe that the Hindutva card can translate into votes for the BJP. On YouTube, beg your pardon, on Twitter, it's a similar result. 74.3% of people who voted on Twitter believe that the Hindutva card can translate into votes for the BJP. Around 21.6% people say no, and around 4% people say can't say. That's the result of this poll that we ran today. But the main poll is on 10th, and probably on 13th, we'll get to know if the Hindutva card has worked for the BJP or not. Akshara, thank you for joining us today. Well, we'll be back tomorrow with a new issue, new question, and a lot more insights. Thanks a lot for joining News 18.